How to beat the game on 5 boss cells. In this video I will give you a build, route and a boss guide for the final boss at the end, so you get to know how to beat the game on 5 boss cells. Also, there are going to be spoilers of the game, so just to let you guys know. Hey guys, welcome to the guide on how to beat the game on 5 boss cells. So here I will give you the build we're going to be using throughout the run, the route to be most powerful, and as final a boss guide for the collector boss, what is located right at the end of the Astrolab. So this is going to be in 2 parts, where I will give you the guide for it in this video, and in the second part I will give you a full playthrough of what we will be discussing in this video. If you haven't got the 5th boss cell yet, you can watch the other guide, what I made for it, where I will show you how to obtain the 5th boss cell from the giant. I will link it down below, or you can click the card at the top right. Also in that video I will go more deeper into the build and route details, because they are similar, only for the route it cuts out when you reach the giant. But in this video the route will continue on to the Astrolab, and we will be fighting the timekeeper instead of the giant. So let's start off with the build we're going to be using. So when you are booting up dead cells, go to the custom game tab. When you are in the custom game tab, go to equipment and select the Giantkiller sword, what is dropped by the giant. The Marksman's bow, what can be found behind the timed door when you go from the Promenade of the Condemned to the Ossuary and reach it before 8 minutes. Rampart Shield, this one is dropped by the Shieldbearers. Then the Heavy Turret, this one is dropped by the Slashers. Powerful Grenade, this one is dropped by the Bombardiers. So next up is the Mutations. So you want to go for Necromancy. This is standard unlocked already, so you already got this one. Spite, you can find this one between the Toxic Sewers transition level from the Prisoner's Quarters. On the left side, when you drop down, there is a secret area to get the mutation. Next is the Emergency Triage. This is dropped by the Timekeeper after you took her down 6 times. Death Inside, this is also standard unlocked as well, so you already got this one. After the last mutation is Acceptance. This requires you to get the Moonflower keys on 3 boss cells to open the doors in the High Peak Castle, what holds the blueprint. If you don't know how to get this mutation, you can check out the guide for it on the channel. I will link it down below, or you can click the card on the top right. So that is the build we're going to be using. Further, go to the advanced option tab and disable legendary weapons, because this will disable the altars in the game, what will give the enemies extremely high defenses, and it's just really annoying to deal with, so it is just better to just turn it off. We use the build as followed. We will use the Marksman's bow throughout the whole run, but when we reach the High Peak Castle, then we switch it out with the Giantkiller sword. The Rampart Shield is always equipped, and for the powerful grenades, you want to have it in your 2 slots. And when you come across a cursed chest, you want to hope it will drop a heavy turret, so it will scale with your survival, and switch it out with the powerful grenades. For the mutations, we first get the Necromancy, then Death Inside, and then we get Acceptance. Little side note about these mutations, I recommend not picking up any food, because you won't get healing from them because of Death Inside, and you also get cursed because of Acceptance, so it's not even worth picking up food. Before we head to the clock room, you can reset the mutations and go for Necromancy, Death Inside and Spite, because after the Forgotten Sepulcher there are no cursed chests anyway, so it's better to just get rid of Acceptance. And when you reach the Observatory before the Collector boss fight, you want to reset your mutations again and go for Spite, Death Inside and Emergency Triage. Now let us move on to the route. It goes as followed: Prisoner's Quarters, Promenade of the Condemned, Prison Depths, Ossuary, Blackbridge, where we fight the Concierge, Stilt Village, Forgotten Sepulcher, Clock Room, where we fight the Timekeeper, High Peak Castle, Throne Room, where we fight the Hand of the King, Astrolab, and as final the Observatory, where we fight the Collector. We start off in the Prisoner's Quarters. Be sure to have your 5 boss cells active when you start it up. In this level you can pick up 2 power scrolls, and you need to get 30 flawless skills so you can open the door in the transition level. This will help you out a lot, because the equipment behind these doors are high level, so it's worth picking them up. And from here, you will go to the Promenade of the Condemned. And don't forget to pick up Necromancy when you are in the transition level. Next level is the Promenade of the Condemned. Here you pick up 1 power scroll and 2 dual scrolls. And you need to get 60 flawless skills to unlock the door in the next transition level. Next from here, we will go to the Prison Depths and get the Death Inside mutation when you are in the transition level. The Prison Depths is pretty hard because our build is kind of shit. Here in the level, you will need to find a gold cells key from the enemy. It's randomly dropped throughout the level, so you have to defeat the enemies until it drops the key. If you have found the key, then you can ignore the enemies and head to the entrance to the next level, where you can find a power scroll behind a door right before the entrance. Before going to the Ossuary, you want to go back and find a 4-cell door and open up the cursed chest inside. From the cursed chest, you want to hope it will give you a heavy turret because you want to switch it out with one of your grenades. So the heavy turret will scale with survival, but it is RNG, so you have to get lucky on this. After you open it, I recommend taking the 10 death number with you to the Ossuary because it is a lot easier not to get hit in that level than in the Prison Depths. So do this before you enter the Ossuary. In the transition level, we're going to pick up Acceptance here because we have 7 more cursed chests to go and this mutation makes it a lot less risky. The Ossuary is the easiest level in the run. The areas are very big and the enemies aren't really of a problem. There are 3 power scrolls here and 1 dual scroll. There are 2 cursed chests here in the 2-cell door and in the 4-cell door. So open them up and try to get the heavy turret. For the flawless skills, you need to get 60 to open the door. The next level is the Black Bridge where you fight the concierge. Before you go through the entrance, you could first go to the 1-cell door in the Ossuary because if you got some Melee infection, you can buy the cough syrup to reduce it by 30% or get a flask recharge if you had to use a potion up to this point. Next is the concierge boss fight where you should probably have no problem with him. The only real annoying thing here is his damaging aura. So you want to stay away in the back so you get those critical hits with your bow and run to the other sides if he is close and has no aura active. For your grenades, it is really handy if you got the passive bonus that the arrows will go back when you hit him with the grenade. But you can also parry him with the shield, so you will get your arrows back anyway. If you get the bosses flawless, you will get a legendary from the door in the transition level. This can be very useful because if you can find a heavy turret behind it, definitely worth picking up the heavy turret because having it legendary is way better than when you get it from a cursed chest. Next up is the Stilt Village. Here you will pick up 3 power scrolls, 1 dual scroll. There are 3 cursed chests here behind the 2-cell door, 3-cell door, and normally in the level itself. It can be very risky to die here while cursed. I recommend defeating the enemies outside from long range with your bow. This is the safest option. Also, best tip when you are opening cursed chests is to already have some regular enemies ready to kill. So when you are cursed, you can't go back to those enemies and lift the curse, so you won't have those unexpected encounters with elite enemies because they can end your run while you're cursed. You will need to get 60 flawless skill for the door, and from this level we go to the Forgotten Sepulcher where you will need to use a villager key in a side room what will go to the entrance to the Forgotten Sepulcher, so be sure to not open the door to the clock tower because otherwise you miss out on 2 cursed chests. Here we pick up 5 power scrolls and we can find 2 cursed chests here behind the 1-cell door and the 3-cell door. Little side note of being cursed in this level, the light and dark feature will instantly kill you if you stay in the dark for too long when you're cursed. I recommend using the tip to leaving some enemies ready for you to kill during the level, so when you open up a cursed chest you can simply just go back to those enemies and kill them to lift the curse. In this level you need to get 60 flawless kills. Next level is the clock room where we fight the timekeeper. So at this point you have 2 colorless heavy turrets as your equipment because there will be no cursed chest after the Forgotten Sepulcher. So if you haven't got the turrets, having grenades isn't that bad, but for boss fights the turrets help out a lot more. So this makes the collector boss fight at the end easier if you have those heavy turrets. In the transition level to the clock room, you want to reset your mutations and go for Necromancy, Death Inside, and Spite, because there will be no cursed chest anyway up to this point, and Spite helps out with parrying, so you will do more damage when you parry. And a little bonus now, you can pick up food to heal the melees because you won't get cursed anymore. So here we will fight the Timekeeper, so we will use the bow here because the bow is still really good to use in the next level High Peak Castle. And if you got 2 turrets, they can kill the Timekeeper without even landing a good shot on her. If you have trouble fighting her with the bow, you can pick up the Giantkiller before the fight, but it is shittier to use in High Peak Castle. There are 2 power scrolls here and 2 dual scrolls, but 1 power scroll is locked behind a door near the entrance to the throne room. So you want to go to all 3 side rooms to get the key to the castle. To get the power scroll, for the flawless kills you will need to get 60 kills. In this level you want to pick up the Giantkiller sword before going to the throne room, because the bow will be of no use anymore for the Hand of the King boss fight and for the levels what come after him. So here we will fight the Hand of the King with the Giantkiller sword, and you can do some good damage to him with the sword. You probably know how the fight goes with his 3 phases, and the elites between the phases are also easier to take down with the Giantkiller sword. And don't forget to parry his attacks, that can also be a great use. So after you have beaten him, you can open up the 5 cell door behind him, and then we go to the Astrolab. In the Astrolab, there are going to be 2 dual scrolls, and you will need to find 2 elites here, what holds the elevator key and the Allen key. Once you got these keys, head to the right side of the level and you will come across a tower where you first have to go down from the sides to enter the tower and use the Allen key to get inside the tower. Then head to the top from there and use the elevator key to take the elevator. Before the entrance, there are going to be 2 elite crows there, what can be challenging, but keep switching platforms so you can use the last 2 hits from your Giantkiller to take them down quickly each time they jump up to chase you. After you defeated them, they will drop a Guardian's key so you can unlock the 2 doors before the entrance towards the Observatory. In the transition level, you want to reset your mutations again and get the emergency triage, Death Inside, and Spite mutations. You can also try to reroll your weapons passive bonuses for a nice poison damage combo. Now I will give you a boss guide for the Collector featuring his moveset and how you can counter it, and also how to take him down by showing you the full fight. But first, let's look at our build. You want to have the Giantkiller, Rampart Shield, and 2 heavy turrets at the ready with the passive bonus combo that you will do more damage against poison targets, so it's really handy if your shield poisons the target after a parry. As well, that the turrets will create a toxic cloud around themselves, so you can deal massive damage if your Giantkiller sword has the 100% increased damage against poison targets. He will do a ground slam where the ground will pop up through the whole arena, damaging you, and after it, bombs will drop from the ceiling to damage you as well. Here you want to jump when the ground starts popping up and dodge the bombs just before they are about to land to avoid them. A 5 quick poke combo, here he will poke you rapidly up to 5 times. Best way is just to stand still and parry them. Tornado spin around the arena, best way is to parry it, so he will be stunned for a few seconds, or if you get hit, he will also stop, but it is better to parry instead of taking a hit. He will also teleport you to other rooms throughout the fight, with a room where enemies spawn and will throw bombs at you. Here, take down the enemy so he falls down on the ground so you can damage him. He will also teleport you to a room where a spiked ball will roam throughout the arena. He will summon meteors at you up to 5 times. The best way to block them is to parry, or let your turrets block them for you. He will also summon fire waves that will go to each side of the arena. The best way is just to parry them. After you parried a fire wave, you will be knocked back a bit, So walk towards him and parry the next fire wave so you won't be hit against the traps alongside of the arena. A channeling laser beam above you. You have to dodge this one to get the timing right. It is when you see the beam charging up on you, then you want to dodge to avoid it. Throughout the fight, he will use his potions to heal up to 4 times during the fight. On the 4th time, you can attack him while he is drinking, so the potion will drop out of his hand and you can pick it up. After picking it up, your own potions are now empowered, so when you drink it, you can deal increased damage to the collector and you can take him down. So now that we got the moveset covered, I will show you the whole fight and walk you through it so you get a general idea how the fight should go. So we are here at the start of the fight, and what I do here is I wait him to do the first attack so I can avoid it, but I mostly fuck it up because the attack what he does after hits me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But continue on with the fight. You want to drop your turrets down so the poison toxic clouds will damage him, so you can do massive damage with your giant slayer. So he is on the ground here stunned, so you can get some nice damage in while he is stunned. With the poke attack you want to block it. So here he's going to use his shield and drink the potion. So after it you want to hit him a couple of times before he teleports you to the other room. So the second room is always the one where you have to beat some enemies here. So he will throw bombs at you while you are attacking the enemy, so you want to avoid those bombs. And after it he will drop down and is stunned for a few seconds. So here you can deal some free damage before he teleports you to the other room. So here he is going to do his meteor attack, so you want to create some distance so you can get the parry timing right. So here you drop your turrets down and parry the flame attack here. So here he's going to drink again, but he's not going to teleport us now. Here he does the charging beam attack, so you want to dodge it when the beam is charging on you. So dodge to avoid it. And here he's stunned for a little bit, so we can attack him here. And drinks his potion. So after this, he's going to teleport us to the last room. So here, drop your turrets down and block the meteor attack here and keep attacking him. So the charging beam attack, you know how to dodge this one. Wait until the beam is charging on you, so dodge it. Here again, create some distance for this attack. Makes the parrying a lot easier. So he is going to drink the 4th time, but he is not shielded, so you want to hit him, and then he drops the potion, so you want to drink it directly so you can deal massive damage to him, and now you can take him down. So here you're going to do the flame attack, so you want to parry it. So if it gets a little tricky, you can just drink your potions because the potions are refilled if you pick up his empowered potion, so you want to use that. And he is almost down here. And that is how you take down the collector. But guys, that is how you beat the game on 5 boss cell difficulty. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comment section if you beat the game by using this guide. And don't forget to check out the second part where I will do a full playthrough of beating the game on 5 boss cells. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to smash the like button. It helps out the video and it lets me know you guys are loving it. If you are new here and you want more videos about Dead Cells or other games, then you can subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you'll get notified. But I thank you guys for watching and I see you in the next one.